What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, just begin right away. Making a lot of progress, which I'm happy with. Oh, just a battle? Okay. Yeah, I feel like, definitely the story, at least with the pacing, has been going by faster now. Yeah, I thought it'd be a bit longer just from, like, the amount that I saw. But yeah, like, I was about to do, like, right now for this week, I put it as, like, one, Frontline 2 video per week. But no, we got stuff like this where it was just a full-on, just normal mission. But yeah, we're definitely going by this really fast. Alright, here we go. After some investigation, they arrive before a sealed electronic door. Huh? The electronic sign on the door is dead too. What's inside? Don't tell me it's another mini-lab. That makes at least 3 we found. They all look the same, and aside from some small outdated security droids, there's nothing. The production rigs look like they haven't been started in over a year, and you can't extract any data from the electronic devices. Boring! At least we can confirm that this is a small mechanical research site. The automatons match early Gerard parts supplied to Odessa's security forces. No trademarks, but odds are that the Gerard group owns this place. Then we've hit the jackpot. Gerard has assassinated the chief, planted false evidence, and even deployed heavy guards, all just to hide some junk in a hidden workshop? This doesn't add up. Gerard already has the license to produce security droids. They have no need to be so secretive about it. So what's really going on here? If you want to know, then we have to dig deeper. Leva? Let's move into a nearby side passage and prep for electronic warfare. Better if I handle it myself. You three cover me, please. Okay, battle already? Okay, cutscene time though. We're in the elevator. Yeah, this is back in that that first event, right? I think this is like that one place they were at the end. Now cracking the system defenses. Rebella, I'll be counting on your support. Oh? Did they just like spawn her there? Because I didn't see her like behind her before until now. Yep, I'll cut off the reinforcements. And here we go. Auto battle? But yeah, after this week, guys, I did plan about it. I thought about it. I think definitely after this week, content might slow down for this game, like more than usual. Because whenever like a new story comes out, I would like maybe try to get through it as soon as possible. But I think after this, just to make sure I can make more room for other games, I think definitely I'll slow things down for this game when it comes to uploads. But yeah, here we go. While Leva works on the intrusion, the other 3 dolls form a semicircle around her and keep guard. This is taking a while. Is the door security level that high? It uses composite encryption. The success rate of cracking it is about 45%. Leva and I don't dare to use brute force. In case you alert the droids if you fail? Yeah. We also don't want to raise the defense level if the system flags threats. Leva completes the hack and exits level 2. I've taken care of the door and the cameras in the room. Sopo, you won't be disappointed this time. Eh? Something good in there? Sopo slings her weapon, dashes ahead, and steps into the room. Wait, don't worry, it's just an ordinary lab. Perfectly safe inside, let's go. The 3 remaining dolls enter the lab. Rebella and Alva both frown at the sight within. Sopo, however, looks around in excitement. I'll check over there. She darts off toward a console. Leva, you call this ordinary? Objectively speaking, these are just some peculiar components. They're not components. Alpha walks up to a specimen, an incomplete doll frame hanging from the wall, missing her lower half and left arm, her chest unarmored. Inside the exposed mechanical torso, wires tangle in a chaotic mess. Synthetic skin coverage at less than 20%. No left-eye module installed. An unfinished prototype, never fully assembled. But still one of the more complete ones here. Alpha turns to the other specimens. They are even more fragmented, some only with a single arm or half a torso. Under night vision, they appear eerie and bleak. Yeah, even the most complete isn't 60% finish. Most likely failed attempts before the prototype stage. I nearly ended up like them myself. Alpha, are you pitying them? Alpha shakes her head. No, I just think I was lucky. What Defy has gone through hardly counts as lucky. At least I'm still standing here. Meanwhile, Robella, who has been inspecting over other specimens, comes over. She carefully feels around for a mechanical joint on the frame. This one has it too. Found something? A date. Look. Shining a flashlight at the joint, a faint engraving of some small text can just be made out. 2071. The last digits are too worn to read. So they were produced as early as 2071? Some parts can be traced back even earlier. They are arranged in order of production dates like fetal specimens displayed in a museum. Robilla describes the match her neural cloud produces. The thought unsettles her. She glances over at Sopo. Sopo, stop playing around. Time to go? Sopo glances back at the console wistfully, then hurries over. She eagerly thrusts a part into Robella's face, making her squint and lean back. Whoa, what's this? Robella, look, I found something. Never seen one of these before. Get that out of my face. Oh, okay. How many times have I told you not to just rip things apart? What if you trigger an alarm? Wait, Sopo, where did you get this from? There were heaps of scrap parts by the console. I'd never seen anything like this before, so I grabbed it. Hey, Robella. Robella strides over to the console and inspects the scattered parts closely. Seeing her reaction, the other three come over too. How could it be here? Found something? The part that Sopo picked up. It's Persica's design. Persica? Robella motions to Sopo, and the latter obediently hands the part to Leva. Persica designed this kind of connector exclusively for one version of 3rd gen dolls. Its purpose was to adapt old 2nd gen parts to fit 3rd gen frames. But she unilaterally terminated that upgrade project. She later revised her design, and this type of connector was never produced again. So it never entered circulation. Since it was experimental, Persica only had them produced in minimal quantities. It would seem that Persica ought to investigate her contractors closely. You think someone stole the design from the manufacturer? Blueprints, prototypes, maybe later production batches, possibly even. Leva's gaze sweep across the incomplete frames in the lab. This lab's purpose and research direction may all tie back to Persica's theories on 3rd gen dolls. I noticed that the frames hanging here all use the same special connector. Oh my, maybe Robella isn't the only 3rd gen doll successfully modified. I was never a success, not in Persica's eyes. Oh? No wonder she later brought Lena into her experiments. What happened? Robella avoids the question. It doesn't matter. I checked all the frames. None carry a neural cloud, so there's nothing to hack. There's no point in investigating this lab any further. But we did gain something. Sopo, keep that part safe, don't lose it. No worries. Sopo tucks the connector carefully into her pocket. Let's move on. As the dolls leave the lab, the camera that Leva had disabled slowly swivels, tracking their departure. Uh-oh. Oh, and that was it? Okay. So do we have like 6 more left? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We might be done within like maybe the next video or so. The electronic door opens smoothly, and Leva and the others enter the room. This laboratory is larger than the others, with rows of cabinets filled with servers. Deep blue signal lights flash rhythmically without pause. Quite a party in here. So many servers. Is this Gerard's server room? For Gerard's scale, this is too small. Probably just one of the many server rooms. Still, hiding servers in a place like this, it's hard not to suspect what's stored inside. Maybe this is tied to the secret Gerard is so desperate to hide. Should we try to hack them? Wait, there seems to be something up ahead. Prompted by Alva, the doll's director gazed down the row upon row of cabinets. In the flickering blue light of the servers, a tall vertical black shadow faintly appears against the farthest wall. A bunch of cables, maybe. It's blocked by the cabinets. I can't clearly see clearly. Looks like we need to check the hidden threats first. Sopo, Rebella, move down the aisle between the cabinets. Alva and I will stay here, in case enemies try to flank us from behind. The other three dolls nod, and they all spring into action. Sopo and Rebella inch closer to the target. The thin black shadow on the wall remains motionless, like a beast lurking in the dark. I want to guess this will light up as they inspect it closer. I see hands over here. It's about to be something freaky, isn't it? Slowly, the shadow becomes clear. It looks like an arm, but it's unnaturally long. Its narrow tip doesn't end in a hand, but in a sharp scythe. Rebella shoots Sopo a look, and the latter promptly darts out from behind the cabinets, raising her gun and aiming at the unknown object on the wall. What is that thing? Oh, alright. It's more arms than I thought. I just saw the ones over here. A strange doll? Is that really a doll? I guess, with the incomplete ones that we saw earlier, I guess you can say this is a version of those dolls. A strange doll hangs lifelessly against the wall. Aside from her already elongated limbs, multiple thin tendrils also extend from her back, almost like the appendages of an arthropod. The ends of the tendrils are either gun muzzles or scythes. Her head can just barely be distinguished, but no facial features were ever designed. A cold alloy plate covers her entire face. What a bizarre construction. Is this even still a doll? After observing the doll and confirming that it is powered down, Rebella relaxes slightly. Let's call Leva and Alva over. Having received Rebella's signal, Leva and Alva hurry over. Well, what an astonishing discovery. No wonder the chief was assassinated for finding these coordinates. This can't possibly be disguised as an ordinary automaton or a civilian doll. Gerard is developing such a dangerous model. This is the prototype. The frames we saw earlier in the other lab were all defective specimens. If she uses the same standard parts, then this is practically proof that the Gerard stole Persica's technology to research third-gen dolls. Rebella reaches toward the grotesque doll on the wall to investigate further, but Leva grabs her. What's wrong? Better be careful. You might be able to explain away our smooth progress thus far as having successfully misdirected the enemy's attention, but for the hiding place of such a deadly thing, the defenses here seem awfully thin. Uh-oh. Alright, who's this? Your, what is this word? Perspicacity. Your perspicacity is commendable. I've never heard of that word before. Hearing the voice from the doorway, Leva and the others immediately switch to combat readiness and disperse behind nearby cabinets. Yeah. The lights in the room come on all at once, the sudden glare briefly disrupting the doll's vision. When their visual module stabilizes, the one who just spoke is already standing in the middle of the aisle. The real guard dog has arrived. Oh, Darture is here. Dang, I have not seen her in such a long time. Darture, a third-generation doll. She lifts her skirt with one hand and sinks into an elegant yet pompous curtsy. A pleasure to meet you. I hope I haven't caused you much alarm. Third-gen doll. Indeed. It seems you are not familiar with the term. As Darture takes a step forward, the dolls raise their weapons at her. Stay where you are. Don't move. Darture obediently sets her parasol down by her feet, raises both hands, and takes a step back. No need to be nervous. For now, I have no intention of fighting you. Otherwise, your remaining time would be spent only in terror and emptiness. Then we should thank you for sparing us, but right now, the one being held at gunpoint seems to be you. True enough, as I am now, I stand no chance. Leva, is this the highly lethal doll you mentioned earlier? Doesn't look like much. I thought we at least get a good fight for the moment we met. My apologies. I cannot fight you here. Here? What do you mean? In another place you just twist my head off? If that is your wish, I don't mind obliging. Darture fixes her gaze on Sopo and flashes her a dangerous smile. Since you made it this far, you must know something about this research facility. This is where all third-generation dolls were born. Oh. Though it has been abandoned now, and what remains are only the defective pieces you've seen and that failed prototype behind you. Ugh. I don't think these things deserve to be called third-gen dolls. To share your opinion is an honor. These things cobbled together from rejects, vulgar, ugly, stupid, much like their maker. Sounds like you've got a grudge against Gerard. They forge tools of conquest, yet they fear the very power they seek. The pitiful maker etch restrictions, fearful of the dolls turning on them. This server room packed with Gerard's data is, for us, no different from a prison. Foolish, isn't it? The treasure is already in the thieves' hands, yet the soldiers guarding it are shackled by their king's chains. I get the feeling she just insulted us too. Whether you can fight or not, you're not getting out of this without losing 2 legs and a head. Wait. Rebella presses Sopo's gun down, watching Darture warily as she rambles on heedlessly. If you're telling the truth when you say you can't attack us here, and you're handing us all this information, that must mean you're confident that you can still keep us trapped here. Isn't that right? Darture claps her hand happily. As a higher creation, I expected nothing from second-generation dolls, but you and that doll squad leader I met before have both impressed me deeply. I apologize for my earlier scorn and rudeness. Disregarding the threat, Darture takes a step back and curtsies again. With her head bowed, her expression is obscured. I only hope your combat skills matches that of these themed dolls. Darture suddenly snatches up her parasol, rolls to the side, and slips behind a row of cabinets. That's where the alarm is. Told you not to waste time talking with her. Sopo sprints toward the aisle where Darture has vanished and raises her gun without hesitation. Sopo, wait! A burst of bullets slams into the servers Darture is using as cover. Sparks erupt in the room, and the servers buzz angrily. Sopo, fall back. You and Alpha secure the lab entrance. Restrict her movements. Do not fire without orders. I take back what I just said. Darture's voice sounds eerily distorted. She slowly steps out from cover and curtsies once more toward Leva. You are even better. Her frame is unharmed and free from the bullet holes. With the parasol in one hand, her lower body is so locked in a curtsy while her upper body remains upright. She looks both elegant and absurd in that posture. What happened to her? Thank you for freeing me. That's interesting. Can I see that again? Okay. Was that I'm guessing a hologram if she doesn't have any bullet holes on her? I'm guessing that's why she couldn't fight back. The server behind Sopo's shot crackles behind Darture, making her voice sound broken. Okay, was she like using... I'm guessing that's a hologram, and she tried to use herself as a hologram to like make them shoot, I guess, a server? Whoa. Freedom, at last. I'm no longer bound to those fools' orders. This is her server. Correct. Darture finally straightens up completely. Her head turns at an unnatural angle towards Alva, who has reached the entrance, but her eyes are not focused on Alva. Transaction complete. I'll leave the rest to you. If you disappoint me, I won't spare you. As if in response, The surveillance camera above Alva, it should have been disabled, flickers to life. Someone's watching us, Leva. The surveillance control has been taken back. Multiple droids are closing in outside. Ignoring the doll's commotion, Darture slowly raises her parasol. Everyone, prepare for combat. Purging local data. Seemingly oblivious to the doll's incoming attack, Darture lowers her eyes and smiles faintly as she strokes the shaft of her parasol. Suddenly, her smile twists into a horrific grimace, and what she does next leaves the dolls stunned. Darture drives the parasol hard to her own core. She... More fractured, crackling. Silver sparks burst like fireworks. The heat chars her synthetic skin, releasing an acrid stench. Fluids run down the parasol. It drips onto the metal floor, spreading slowly. Thud. Darture loses all balance and topples forward. The parasol tips pierces completely through her core. At the same time, the servers erupt in a shrill roar. The prototype third-gen doll hanging on the wall lights up. Uh-oh. That's a bit scary. So wait. I'm guessing she just, you know, when she said freedom and stuff. Well, yeah, I'm just guessing she just wants the... I don't know if that's like her way of like, you know, because maybe this whole time she felt like kind of like tortured and just wants to like end it all. I'm not sure. Alright, next up. Let's do it, man. Are we about to fight this prototype doll? The servers keep howling. Darture's actions are beyond comprehension. The chaos before them leaves the dolls unable to calculate any reasonable outcome. It's deafening. Leva, the server data is being destroyed. Gerard is wiping the evidence. Robella, lead Sopo and Alva to fight the patrol droids. I'll hack the servers and stop the purge. You decide on the timing and tactics. Understood. But yeah, I guess there's also that to worry about too, where the data, the evidence is being destroyed too. That's what Darture just did. Purging the data. But yeah, it's very curious, man. I also wonder what the, you know, the quotation marks U is from Darture. Wait, that's pretty curious to hear about, like the lore. After taking down the system defense automaton, Leva quickly hides behind a block of virtual data. Leva's neural cloud calculations gradually output several results as she observes the level 2 space. Impressive. Using Darture to lure us into destroying the servers, then exploiting the server damage to launch a strike on Gerard's data center. I thought we'd finally grab Gerard by the throat, but it turns out we've been caught in one big net instead. Leva looks toward the collapsing edges in the distance. After weighing her options and running more calculations, she sighs. The data protection functions have nearly collapsed. I can't handle this alone. I'll need to ask Rebella for help. Leva prepares to cut her connection to level 2. Network error. Your request has been denied. Huh? Network error. The request has been denied. So hospital. I really don't deserve such courtesy. Though, still smirking, Leva grows more wary and starts scanning her surroundings carefully. Not far away, broken data fragments begin to reassemble, forming another system defense automaton. A light, lilting voice comes through the speaker. How about perishing along with the data, Miss UMP-45? You're welcome to try. Inside the server room, the dolls fighting patrol droids notice Leva's abnormal state. Bella, what's wrong with Leva? Her neural cloud is cut off. It was probably caused by the hack. What do we do? With Leva's EW ability, she won't go down easily. The first priority is keeping her frame safe. Check your statuses. We retreat to a safe position and prepare to provide EW support for Leva. Robella props up Leva's unresponsive frame and quickly takes cover behind another obstacle. Uh-oh, Robella, check the cache space. So many upload requests bounce back? It's a failed upload, isn't it? Could the servers be broken? Alva, how is it on your end? Same here. Something's off. The contents and return times don't match. The sync failure prompts are only showing now. Dang, our network environment is being controlled. Likely from the moment we entered here, all our uploaded information was intercepted. You mean they tampered with the sync process? Yes. They most likely forged a fake virtual relay. For the moment we entered the underground facility, our submitted data never reached the air's encrypted server. Robella sprays a burst of bullets toward the squads of droids rushing in from outside the lab. We don't have time to worry about this now. Fall back first. We'll deal with the rest later. Scree! A piercing wail interrupts the doll's fight with the automatons. Ah! The massive magnetic interface throws the dolls off balance, forcing them down to one knee. What's happening? Robella fights through the dizziness and looks toward the source of the sound. The prototype that has been quietly hanging on the wall suddenly stares, multiple tendrils behind her glow as though blood is flowing within. Her armored head jerks unnaturally. Neural cloud loading. Uh-oh. It's coming to life. I just realized, is that it over there? I never noticed it in the background. I think that's it. The one over here. That's Darture's voice. Is Darture, like, uploading her neural cloud into the... that unfinished prototype? Didn't she self-destruct? Her residual neural cloud has been synced into that prototype. Since Darture has already broken the restrictions that Gerard programmed into her base layer by destroying her own neural cloud, Gerard's attack restraints probably no longer apply to the prototype either. She just won't stay dead. Is she a cockroach? Let me blow up her with... The shrill wail sounds again. Sopo's movement is disrupted before she can act. Her electromagnetic interference hits us too hard. We don't stand a chance like this. First blocking our data sync, then trapping Leva, she'll definitely wipe us out to silence us and erase all the evidence. Sopo, Alpha, take Leva. Retreat before she's fully activated. Okay. Are we about to fight next here? Boss level? Robella and the others dash down the corridor, alarms and the rapid approach of mechanical units filling their ears. Patrol squad, or patrol droids or whatever, she said. Yes, patrol squad incoming. What? There's more of them? But I don't remember running into this many patrols on the way here. Even the security droids from the production floors have been activated. Prepare to engage. Objective: break through the encirclement. Don't get bogged down. Sopo, guard Leva. Okay, leave it to me. Okay. I guess we're not gonna fight that prototype just yet. I thought we were. Ready for breakout. I'll leave Leva in your hands, Soap. Soap. What kind of the heck of the name is Soap? Just like remembering that line back in Modern Warfare. That's what I was referencing. Alright. Oh, we actually gotta... Oh no, hold on. Well, hold on. I guess it's fine. There's also the or eliminate all units as well. I was about to like wake up Michiru because I thought it'll be the same thing where I need to escape. An opening in the encirclements. Move. Sopo, you go first. I'll cover. Take the passage we came from. Got it. Sopo charges through the gap with Leva on her back, not forgetting to stomp hard on a small droid that's fallen to the floor. Out of my way, you pest. You're lucky I'm sparing you this time. Sopo, we don't have time for this. Fine. Oh, and that's it. Dang, dude. We're actually going by this pretty fast. We're like halfway into the video now. Sopo, are you alright? Want to switch? I'm fine. Now that we're farther away, her interference isn't as strong. Sopo adjusts Leva's frame on her back. Did I skip one? Hold on. Oh no, okay. Still, Persica really needs to make dolls lighter. Rebella, do we really have to go back the way we came? Even if another path might also lead us above ground, the situation is critical. Everything else is unknown. If we take a wrong one, we'll get pincered and blocked in the dead end. Hold on. We're close to where we descended. Heat signatures ahead in the right corridor, about 20 meters away. A squad of armed droids are about to intercept us. There's no end to this. Okay, more droid battles. You think we can finish it here in this one video? I thought it might take me like another video here. But it's been like non-stop action for the most part. With a bit of a story. Dude, Michitu. I love how, with this new Michitu ability, man. Like I'm sure I saw it back in that live stream where they showcased this new ability of hers. But to see it in action like this, like I was so confused when I got it, and then I just, you know, set and forget it. Like Michitu, man, she's been making my combat exercises going by fast. I think I've said that before, but yeah, it's been kind of funny. Rebella's group keeps fighting the armed droids in pursuit. Once we turn that corner, we'll reach the passage. Sopo, how's Neva? Still no response, but I can haul her all the way back to Kiev if I have to, don't worry. Right. No heat signatures ahead. Rear pursuit will enter the line of sight in about 3 minutes. Sopo, you'll probably need to climb the rope again. Can you manage? No problem. Just strap leave it to me. Good. Everyone speed up. Once we reach the surface, cut the rope immediately to buy time for retreat. The dolls accelerate, but just as they're about to reach the passage, they stop in their tracks. The security gate has closed. Alpha, Rebella, get clear. The once wide passage is now a wall of steel. Sopo immediately raises her gun and fires at the gate. The bullets leave only shallow marks. Dang it. Whoever reclaimed security access must have closed it. Turn back now. We'll take the passage we just passed. The shrill wail locks down the doll's movement once again. Ugh. A metal scythe scrapes across the floor, making an awful noise. Multiple squads of armed droids appear ahead. Behind them, the prototype, now partially activated, draws even closer. Our retreat's cut off. Since we can't escape, we'll fight them head-on. Sopo props Leva up against the security gate. She grimaces as she resists the prototype's interference. Her gun-wielding hand trembles faintly. When Leva wakes up, how many pieces do you think I can break that prototype into? However many you like. And that's it. Continue. Alright, let's keep on going, man. The battle with the prototype officially begins. Silence the witnesses. Execute. Darture's voice keeps repeating stiff, mechanical commands. Watch out. Her neural cloud seems to be malfunctioning, but her strikes are merciless. Ugh. Alpha bends back just in time to avoid the prototype's sharp sight. Missing her mark, the prototype jerks her arm back, leaving a jagged scar across the metal wall. All units, report current frame damage rate. Rebella drops an attacking droid with 2 precise shots, then nearby stumbles as the prototype's electromagnetic interference forces her to steady herself against the wall. 25%. The same here. Rebella, how are you holding up? 15%. I'm fine, but the prototype is becoming more agile. At this rate, we'll start taking a lot more damage in no time. We need to neutralize her electromagnetic interference first, otherwise we'll always be fighting with our hands tied. Can you hack her? No. Every network I can detect is under her control. I can't break in remotely. If this keeps up, never mind a prototype, they won't even be able to handle all these armed droids gathering around us. The fight grinds into a stalemate. The dolls, barely holding the line in rare gaps between bursts of EM interference, have no time to strategize. You can't do it remotely, then what about via a wire connection? That would increase the success rate, but it's still inversely proportional to the prototype security strength. So it's possible, right? What are you planning? While it can still move, I'll exploit the gap right after another burst of her interference to get close, and jack straight into her port. Then I'll give you full access to my base layer. You'll just have to use me as a relay and hack through our own local network. Then, no. Rebella cuts Sopo off instantly. Why not? This is our only shot. The prototype design isn't compatible with us. Even if you manage to reach her, you won't be able to connect. So what? We just sit here and wait to be destroyed? I'll think of something else. Alva scrutinizes Rubella's expression. After a quick calculation, she decides to speak up. There may be a way. Like Darture said, the prototype is based on the other frames in the lab, so she probably shares their design, which means the connector Sopo grabbed in the lab might actually work. As for her frame structure, you know Persica's 3rd gen doll design is better than I do. Even if we solve the issue of compatibility, the windows between interference bursts are too short. Sopo will barely have time to follow through. If she slips up, she's... Huh? Do you expect me to solo the prototype? No way. Exactly. If I mess up, then you and Alpha cover me. If I freeze from her interference, you two buy me time. But if you get hit, your chance of being rebooting is close to 0. Then you'll just have to keep a close eye on me. Come on, just tell me where the most viable port is. With you watching my back, Sopo is invincible. Realizing Sopo's resolve, Ruabella clenches her fists. Then promise me, no reckless charges this time. Follow my orders. No problem. Alright then. The ports will probably be near her core. Judging from the frames in the lab, the most viable one is likely wired to her head. Her head? Interesting. Sopo shakes the stiffness out of her joints, then tosses her firearm away. Better drop anything that slows me down. Ruabella hesitates for a moment, then nods. We'll cover you. All set? Just give the word. You strike 5 seconds after her next interference pulse. Alva, focus on supporting Sopo and keeping the arm droids busy. I'll stay back to provide covering fire and prepare for the hack. Roger that. Sopo, the jack-in timing is your call. I'll match your move, but if I order a retreat, you must obey immediately. Got it. We've been sneaking around all this way. I'm itching for a proper fight. Ruabella, I'll leave the cleanup to you. Let's tear this place apart. Sopo barely finishes her sentence when the piercing wail comes again. Countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. At 0, the dolls launch their offensive. I'm counting on you. Sopo shoots forward like a loose arrow, trailing a red streak in her wake. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. The arm droids on the forefront fire frantically, tracking her darting figure. Too slow. Sopo kicks off the plating of a small crawler droid and springboards past the prototype stabbing scythe. Before the arm droids can even register her landing point, she's already burst through their first line of defense. This is boring. Come on, more of you. All of you. Come at me. Sopo rips across the battlefield like a thunderbolt, smashing droids left and right, her grin growing more and more maniacal. Crap, Sopo, you nutcase. Alva, cover her. The game has only just begun. Sopo snatches a hovering drone midair and hurls it straight into an incoming droid. While she succeeds in neutralizing its attack, she is also leaving her back exposed. Spotting the opening, the prototype instantly drives its scythe forward without hesitation. Sopo, duck! The precise burst slams into the prototype's tendril, forcing its strike wide. Flipping forward, Sopo plants a foot on the wall, rebounds, and snatches the thrashing tendril in her hands. Yacha! She yanks hard, and the tendril grows taut. Use this junk. Guess I'll take it off your hands. She's about to rip it free, when a new pulse of interference tears through her, forcing her to let go with a hiss. Sopo, focus on your objective. Follow orders. The bursts of interference and Ruabella's shout jar Sopo back into her senses. She sticks her tongue out sheepishly. Sorry, on it. With Ruabella and Alva covering her anew, Sopo finally closes in on the prototype. Warning. Danger. All the lights along the prototype's tendrils blaze red. They whip and lash to drive Sopo back. But Sopo charges ahead without slowing down. Ruabella's and Alva's gunfire carves open a path for her. Through a hail of bullets, Sopo leaps again and scrambles onto the prototype's back. She ignores the droid swarming after her, seizes the prototype's jaw, and wrenches hard. Bye-bye! She tears the armor off the prototype's head in one brutal motion. The exposed port gleams in the open. Without a second thought, Sopo slams the connector in and links directly into the prototype. Commencing hack. So like, oh, here it is. Oh man. That is freaky, man. Yeah, so like, is Darture like, did she really transfer like her neural cloud like all the way? Like there's no copy of it? Because then I'm assuming that, oh, there's the face. Chaos. Yeah, I'm assuming that then if we take her down like this, then that's the end for Darture. Alright, we win. Good job, Michiru. Continue. Alright. I think we'll just try to finish things up here. I think we only have 2 more left. On level 2, the prototype and the system defense droids fragment into data blocks. Rebella successfully blocks the prototype's electromagnetic interference function. To prevent ending up like Leva, she doesn't go deeper in and promptly exits level 2 instead. The EM interface is taken care of. Suppo, fall back to the defense first. Okay. Suppo tears off the last small droid clinging to her, leaps off the prototype, and temporarily retreats to a safe distance. Malfunction, error, reboot, target loss, reboot. The prototype keeps trying to reboot, falling into disarray. She thrashes many of her many tendrils widely, slicing apart the arm automatons that were attacking in coordination with her. She's flailing all over the place. There's no way to get close at all. Suppo, your damage rate. 55%. It's fine. I can still move. Suppo gives a thumbs up, her other hand clutching dearly the trophy she has just ripped off the prototype. Here. Alpha tosses Suppo the firearm she's dropped. Thanks. She won't be in that state for long. Get ready for battle. Right. The dolls quickly shift formation while the prototype systems finally stabilize. Silence the witnesses. Execute. How are you going to do that without EM interference? Suppo racks the slide on her gun. Meet your end here with your friends. Alpha silently reloads her magazine. This time, I'll wipe you out completely, imposter. The battle is about to begin anew. Yeah, I think we can finish it here. It's like, dude, as the story goes on, like, yeah, we're just like about to finish the whole thing. Oh, there's a Leva. Look at her. You think you can hold me here? Think again. Let's end this game of cat and mouse here. Alright, combat start. Oh wow, look at this battlefield. It's just a hallway. And there she is again. Alright. Finish her off. And there we go. Good job. Meanwhile, on level 2, where Leva is. How long do you want me to keep playing hide and seek? Leva shoots the system defense droid in front of her to smithereens. How long do we have to keep running in circles like this? Even if you're not tired. I'm freaking tired. Since you both want to go after the Gerard group, can we call truce and talk? If you're willing to give up this pointless struggle, I don't mind stopping. Looks like there's no deal then. Avoiding the edge of collapsing data, Leva fires, but the bullet only grazes the surrounding system defense droids. You helped Sextons impersonate the chief before, but now you turn on the Gerard group. Color me perplexed. Just adapting to the situation. Not denying it at all, huh? How confident of you. Planning to destroy me here instead? Planning to destroy me here, then? Her opponent makes no answer. Leva seizes the opening between the droid's attacks and quickly relocates. If I can, that would be ideal. Is that you being modest, or are you just bragging? Just making a statement of fact. Your electronic warfare abilities are exceptional. To be honest, since I left the production line, this is one of the trickiest fights I've faced. I think if you fought me without pulling your punches, the outcome might have been decided long ago. Can I take that as an agreement? Your EW performance is at least on par with mine, yet you let me keep running around all this time. Likely, you're tackling other tasks at the same time, aren't you? Nothing escapes you. Since you're so honest, I'll give you a piece of advice in return. If you don't start taking this battlefield seriously soon, you'll regret it. Leva repositions herself again and opens fire. The spray of bullets do no real damage, to the pursuing automatons. While I admire you, bluffing won't work. The other voice cuts off abruptly. Hmm? Notice it finally? Impossible. A wry chuckle can be heard. Beautifully done. You weren't scuttling around to recover the data in the server room, but to retake control of the security system. Same for you. With me trapped here, my teammates must be in danger. I need to get out of fast. If I can win a data struggle, I have to snatch with an advantage elsewhere. But that's impossible. You better come to terms with reality quickly. You misunderstand. What I mean is, with the second-gen doll's capacity, no matter how distracted I am, such a loophole can't exist. It's a hardware limitation, not explainable by luck or oversight. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. The droid suddenly unleashes a burst of bullets toward Leva mid-conversation and directs the other droids to join in on the attack, but Leva fends it off easily. Resorting to sneak attacks because you can't win. That's bad form. I'm just curious about your processing mechanism. Looks like I'm right on the mark. Since earlier, the frequency of the attacks on my backend just hasn't changed a bit. Multi-threading has limits, and you're still a backward second-gen doll. You seize an opportunity, but to maintain a stable efficiency, using only your own processing power against the system defense automatons should be very taxing. With the exploit degrading the performance of the droids under your control, shouldn't I be finding this much easier to handle? No. Something has been off since our game began. Even back at the light rail station, your processing capacity and speed far exceeded what most second-gen dolls are capable of. Can you tell me who's helping you? Or rather, is it only you? Who else could there be? My processing capacity just so happens to be a bit better than others. I think there's an extra core in your processing hub. You're not the same as other ordinary second-gen dolls. Is this really the time for tech research? Time's short. When the exploit spreads, even the droid you're puppeteering won't obey anymore. You have a point. Since you're kind enough to warn me, I'll return the favor with some intel. Even if you succeeded in exploiting a loophole in the security system, I guarantee you this. To completely seize security authority from me, the computing power required will exceed your neural cloud's capacity, and I do mean all of it. Are you sure you want to do this? Stay here, and you only lose a fragment of your neural logs. Force it, and this will end with your neural meltdown. That might scare my teammates, but me? I'm just an ordinary, frankly third-rate second-gen doll in terms of combat capability. Weigh the pros and cons, then make the most logical choice. That's my style. As long as our neural data survives, they'll someday become the bullet that kills you all. If all it costs is my neural cloud, then it's a win. Then, good luck. The defense droid before her shatters into data, and the unknown voice vanishes. Alarms start blaring all over level 2. Under enemy command, the security system escalates to maximum alert. Countless defense droids come in from all directions. Now that's more like it. Looks like it's almost time I finally give it everything I've got. Leva looks at her right hand and the UMP-45 submachine gun in a grip. This gun has been with her through the years, throughout her victory, and witnessed her shame and despair. Is she really about to die here? Or go down in a way? Guess we'll see. Now she believes it has become the wings that shields her comrades, never again the cold weapon forced to aim at those who mattered. Watch over me, 40. Nobella's team is still fighting the prototype. Even without electromagnetic interference, the prototype still carves clear gashes into their frames. After a brutal struggle, all the 3 dolls have managed to cut off 3 of its tendrils. Why is it so lively? Rebella, the enemy has already learned our rhythm and weaknesses. Rebella glances toward Leva, who is still utterly motionless. Only the blinking lights in her visual module shows that her neural cloud is still running. Our energy is almost depleted. If we drop rear defense and force our way past the prototype, there's still a chance. Sybil gets struck by a tendril and slams into the wall. Rebella, you must decide. Rebella rapidly runs calculations, searching for another way out. But every result points to abandoning Leva to save the three. Alpha's right. A familiar voice pipes up from behind. Eva! Eva gives Sopa a little wave. So she's back. Seeing her finally extricated from level 2, Rebella exhales in relief. Took you long enough. Give me some slack. Also, I've taken back to security control here. Time to hightail it. Under her command, the closed gate slowly rises. The dolls waste no time in retreating under Leva's direction. Lagging behind, Leva's steps falter slightly. What's the matter with you? Escaping level 2 took some real efforts. Give me your hand. I'll help too. Thanks. Rebella, my neural cloud has taken some minor damage. Don't transfer command back to me for now. Alright. Sopa and Rebella quickly lift Leva by her arms, while Alva slows down to cover the rear. She keeps firing, trying to hold off the prototype. This is the side passage we took. It leads straight to the elevator. Dodging the prototype's strikes, the dolls sprint toward the elevator, but the prototype, hot on her heels, suddenly halts. Huh? Her signal lights flicker. Her head twists stiffly, as if in hesitation. Didn't catch them. What a pity. But the primary objective is achieved. Huh? Don't worry. I've already made a base layer backup of your neural cloud. Okay, so I guess she'll be safe. It won't be destroyed. Darture, you'll cooperate with me until the end, right? Silence. Terminate. Initiating self-destruct countdown. 30, 29. The dolls run quickly toward the elevator shaft they descended through. Why hasn't thing stopped chasing us? Sopa looks back at the prototype. As the distance grows, that figure shrinks smaller and smaller. 18, 17. Forget her. The elevator straight right ahead. Ding! At Leva's command, the elevator opens its doors at just the right time for the dolls. Go! The dolls rush into the elevator, the door shuts, and the prototype disappears completely from view. 4, 5, 4. The elevator ascends rapidly. Left behind, Darture stares impassively at the closed elevator doors. Initiating self-destruct. The prototype explodes. A blinding light erupts with her at the epicenter, and almost instantly, rolling smoke engulfs everything. The blast wave surges. The electronics throughout the underground research site detonates one after another. The earth trembles, and the dolls in the elevator brace against the walls to keep their balance. Whoa! Fortunately, the elevator reaches the surface at the critical moment. Retreat to safety immediately. At Leva's command, the dolls sprint out of the villa. The instant they cross the yard, the dilapidated building collapses, entirely under the explosion's impact. They stare at the ruins with trepidation. Phew, close one. We nearly got buried alive in there. Leva turns around. Her expression darkens as she looks toward the satellite city in the distance. Oh dear. It's too soon to relax. Huh? Leva jerks her chin toward the satellite city, motioning the others to look. The dolls look in the indicated direction. In the satellite city far away, thick smoke arises, and fire, like a massive maw, swallows the night sky. Well, that's scary. How could this be? Nope. Okay, I thought there might be another cutscene there. Alright, I think there's one more. I think. Yeah, there's one more. We'll end it off all here. And then we'll start the next one, the next story in the next video. Sitting on the sofa, Cocoon replays the combat record from the underground lab once more. Such an interesting processing mechanism. I really should find another chance to make contact. When should I schedule the next tea party with Leva, I wonder? Gerard's server data finishes syncing. Cocoon opens several files on the research and development of third-gen dolls. She reads through the files quickly, her expression shifting from time to time. Former Griffin dolls, huh? Second-gen dolls are such fascinating things. She closes the files, then raises her head toward the mysterious man watching in the distant fire. Is that the fire right now that we see? I see the smoke over here. So wait, why is the city on fire? Thanks to Darture's help, we obtained plenty of valuable data. Oh, who's this now? How long until Darture can be rebooted? To avoid raising Gerard's suspicion, her Neural Cloud's master copy was destroyed with the server room. Rebuilding from the base layer will take some time. Okay. Very well. And the other one? Her functions are nearly repaired, and neural modifications are going smoothly. Unfortunately, her frame was badly damaged, and the stored neural data still can't be fully restored. Because of this, we still know little about NOMFA's collaborators. That's fine. Make sure Rorik doesn't suspect anything. Rest assured, Gerard wants to use her as the master version for the production of a new model of 3rd Gen dolls. Performing neural modifications on her is perfectly justifiable. And, with you pulling the strings, Legislator Rurik will likely be far too busy for quite some time. Finish the modifications on her and Darture as soon as possible. We'll need them. Is the restriction on you also lifted? Yes, thanks to you. Do you require anything of me? Maintain the status quo. Wait for its reply, and clean up after yourself. Now is not the time to openly oppose Gerard. Understood. Cocoon gazes demurely at the man's back. Anything else? No, I was only marveling at your decisiveness and your boldness in riding the tide. We once placed our hopes on the chief, leaking intel to him on purpose. Oh, wow. Although he used it to locate that research site, he still made mistakes. How he met his end is regrettable. He moved too slowly. Under those circumstances, if you keep covering for him, Rurik would have grown suspicious. True. What surprised me was that, after abandoning the chief, you immediately took a massive gamble, handing NOMFA the backdoor key and letting Kalina's team, who should have been eliminated, regain their freedom. Then, you planted the lab coordinates in Rurik's trap and arranged for Darture, our collaborator, to go there, luring them to sabotage the server, to open a breach. And now, even the little toy Darture, whimsically brought back, will be put to use by you. Every single player, knowingly or not, has become your piece. This precise control of timing and correct judgment of the situation are impossible even for a doll. You think dolls can control timing and judge situations accurately? You don't think they can? The mysterious man glances coldly at Cocoon through the window's reflection, then turns his gaze to the distant orange-red glow, the flames kindled by Gerard's exploded server room and the berserk droids. Use your processing power. Tell me what happens next. Gerard's underground server has been breached. Through the loophole, I invaded the other servers. Chaos will spread across Odessa, shattering the residents' peaceful dreams. Now, with Gerard's countless droids in Odessa going haywire, the technology they once boasted about has become a blade pointed at themselves. Gerard will pay dearly for this. And then, if handled well, Gerard's position in Odessa won't collapse. But their new stock used for financing will suffer, combined with the massive compensation they're liable to pay due to the droid's malfunction. They'll face a funding crisis. Still, with its support, Legislator Rurik will likely only lose part of his free votes. He can still be elected interim chief, and the Lullaby project will continue. Oh. Is this their master plan here? The Lullaby project? Go on. But Gerard's falling commercial value, plus its recent troubles, will lower its evaluation of them. That is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Seeing the man's indifferent silence, Cocoon's smile deepens. So, I was wrong. What you see is merely the result that your computation module derives from current factors. That's why you underestimate Rurik, it, and the people of Odessa. Perhaps, just as I don't understand why, over the years, even though Czech FABN had more direct means to oppose Gerard, you never acted openly. In wartime, bullets and shells rule. In peace, we play by a different rulebook. The longer people live in peace, the more they fear conflict, and the fear will become the barrel of oil that sets Gerard ablaze. So you've made other preparations. Adapt to the tide. Wait for the chance. Every piece you place will one day yield returns. Once fire is lit, it will not be extinguished. Yes, the long night is only just beginning. They say no more Cocoon slowly walks to the window and joins the man in gazing at the night swallowed by fire. Oh, reveal! On the spotless glass, her reflection shows a face both meek and cold. And that's it, man. Right? Pretty much perfect on the hour here. But yeah, that'll be pretty much it for this video. Next time, we'll begin that Intertwined Assault story. And then, yeah, from like what I heard from you guys, apparently this story takes place after both parts and might spoil some things, so hopefully it's not too bad. But you know, I can't really begin part 2 because it pretty much starts after this whole Intertwined Assault, so yeah, it's a bit weird. I wish I could go to part 2 first and then play this, but you know, I can't even do that right now. It's not really possible. Gotta wait until 9 days and 20 hours from when I pressed it just now, which is pretty much, I guess, when this whole event will end. How can I see the ending here? Maybe if I go here. Yeah, 9 days and 6 hours for this. But yeah, overall, I thought the story was pretty interesting. I think definitely I want to wait for part 2 to really give my like opinion on it. It did feel very straightforward. I do like how at the end there, like with these two people, with Cocoon and the other guy, like like especially with that other guy, it seems like they're just using Gerard for their own means. Yeah, I'm not sure like what the faction is with Cocoon and stuff. Like they're, I guess, I feel like there's like another faction in play that's like using these other people to get what they want. But yeah, I'm guessing in the near future, like going into the second year here, we might be able to see like another story play out, or maybe it'll be introduced here in part 2 or the Intertwined Assault. I guess we'll see. But yeah, a lot faster than I thought when it comes to doing the story. Because yeah, when I saw it, it had like 24 parts and or like 24 chapters. But yeah, I was able to finish that like very reasonably. But yeah, I guess the rest will be spent on the Intertwined Assault for this week. And if there's still like, you know, more time for this week, maybe I'll play some other game modes that I haven't tried yet on this, you know, on this Let's Play. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good